Mark Rogers, the mountain man who captivated Moonshiners fans. Mark Rogers, a name synonymous with Appalachian tradition and moonshine craftsmanship, has become a fan favorite on Discovery Channel's Moonshiners. His rugged persona, deep-rooted knowledge of the mountains, and commitment to preserving age-old distilling techniques have endeared him to viewers over the years. Early life and introduction to moonshining. Born and raised in the heart of Appalachia, Mark's journey into moonshining began at the tender age of 8. Under the tutelage of his 12 uncles, he learned the delicate art of distillation, a tradition passed down through generations. This early exposure instilled in him a profound respect for the craft and its cultural significance. As he often says, "Once you've had some good liquor, you'll know it," emphasizing the importance of quality and patience in the distilling process. Life as a survivalist and outdoorsman. Beyond his moonshine endeavors, Mark is a seasoned survivalist. He spends much of his time hunting, fishing, and navigating the rugged terrains of the Appalachian Mountains. His skills are showcased in various episodes of Moonshiners, where he demonstrates his ability to live off the land. In one notable episode, Mark ventures into the mountains to track a black bear and dig ginseng, a rare medicinal root he plans to infuse with moonshine. Television stardom and Sugarland's distilling partnership. Mark's television debut on Moonshiners introduced viewers to his authentic lifestyle and deep connection to Appalachian traditions. His genuine portrayal resonated with audiences, leading to his continued presence on the show. In 2014, Mark partnered with Sugarland's distilling company to release his own brand, Mark Rogers American Peach Moonshine. This 70-proof spirit combines the sweetness of ripe peaches with the boldness of traditional moonshine, reflecting Mark's commitment to quality and authenticity. Personal life and public appearances. While Mark's on-screen persona is well documented, details about his personal life remain relatively private. He has not publicly disclosed information about a spouse or significant other, and his appearances often feature him alongside his moonshining partner, Huck. Together, they craft unique blends, such as a raspberry lemonade moonshine, showcasing their innovative approach to traditional recipes. Off-camera, Mark engages with fans through public appearances and events. In 2014, he participated in a meet and greet at Sugarland's distilling company in Gatlinburg, Tennessee, celebrating the launch of his American Peach Moonshine. Legacy and impact. Mark Rogers stands as a testament to the enduring spirit of the Appalachian region. Through his participation in Moonshiners, he has brought attention to the rich history and cultural significance of moonshining. His dedication to preserving traditional methods, combined with his genuine portrayal of mountain life, has solidified his status as a beloved figure among fans and a respected craftsman in the distilling community. As the world continues to evolve, Mark Rogers remains a steadfast guardian of Appalachian traditions, ensuring that the legacy of moonshining endures for future generations. High in the misty ridges of the Appalachian Mountains, where creeks snake through ancient woods and the wind hums the song of a forgotten time, lives a man whose spirit is as wild and enduring as the land itself. His name is Mark Rogers, and for fans of Discovery Channel's Moonshiners, he is more than just a television personality. He's a living relic of Appalachian tradition, a moonshine maestro, and the embodiment of rustic authenticity. Mark Rogers didn't choose moonshining, it chose him. Born and raised in East Tennessee, Rogers is a 12th-generation Smoky Mountain native. His roots run deep through the soil of the region, woven into the history, folklore, and the clandestine culture of moonshine. From a young age, Mark was surrounded by the whispers of his ancestors, uncles, cousins, and old-timers who lived off the land and distilled corn liquor not for fame or fortune, but for survival camaraderie, and heritage. He was only 8 years old when he first caught the scent of mash bubbling in the stills of his uncle's. What to outsiders might seem like a dangerous and illicit operation was to Mark a rite of passage, a sacred act. The fire, the still, the mash, and the copper coils, these weren't just tools. They were family heirlooms. Under the watchful eye of his kin, he learned to ferment, distill, and taste, relying on his senses more than any modern meter or gauge. "I don't need no thermometer," Mark once said with his signature grin. "I can tell by the sound it makes." A way of life, not just a craft unlike some who enter the moonshine business chasing fast cash or television fame. Mark has always seen it as a way of life. His process is painstakingly old school, a purist's approach that reveres patience and quality. Everything Mark does, from selecting the right corn to tinkering with the heat of his pot still, is guided by intuition honed over decades. He doesn't just make moonshine. He makes art in a mason jar. But Mark's life extends beyond his still. He's a master outdoorsman, capable of disappearing into the woods for weeks at a time. Hunting, fishing, foraging. These are not hobbies, but necessary skills for survival in the mountains he calls home. He's known for harvesting wild ginseng, a rare and highly sought-after root, and for tracking deer and bear with uncanny precision. To many, this self-reliance seems mythical, a lifestyle that vanished with the 20th century. But for Mark Rogers, it's daily life. "Out here," he said more than once on the show, "you live off what the land gives you. And if you respect it, it'll always provide." Moonshiners. A star is born when Discovery Channel launched Moonshiners in 2011. It tapped into something raw and nostalgic, a longing for authenticity in an increasingly manufactured world. Mark joined the cast not long after and quickly became a standout. While some cast members brought drama or flash to their roles, Mark brought calm confidence, humility, and unmatched expertise. He didn't need theatrics. His life, just as it was compelling enough. Episodes featuring Mark often showcase him and his partner Huck, his soft-spoken, equally skilled sidekick. Setting up remote still sites, dodging law enforcement, and experimenting with flavors that blend old-world tradition with subtle innovation. In one episode, they distilled peach-infused shine so smooth it was said to be dangerously drinkable. In another, they experimented with raspberry lemonade, pushing boundaries while staying true to their roots. But it's not just his moonshine that draws fans, it's Mark himself. With his weathered face, slow drawl, and philosophical musings about life in the mountains, he comes off more like a backwoods Buddha than a reality TV star. He's not just making shine, he's telling stories, through his work, his words, and his way of life. The spirit of the mountains bottled in 2014. Mark took a bold step by entering the legal market. He partnered with Survivalist Distilling Company in Gatlinburg, Tennessee, to release Mark Rogers' American Peach Moonshine. This wasn't a corporate gimmick or celebrity cash grab. It was a genuine attempt to bring the spirit of the mountains to a wider audience. The 70-proof American Peach is a masterful blend of smooth corn whiskey and ripe peach, echoing the home-brewed batches he's crafted for years. Every bottle bears his name, his story, and a taste of the hills that shaped him. It's like having a sip of the mountains, one fan commented at a surveillance tasting event. The release was a hit, and not just commercially. It symbolized a kind of full-circle moment for Mark, proof that the traditions of his youth could still thrive in the modern world if treated with respect. A man of mystery despite his fame, Mark Rogers remains an enigma. He doesn't maintain an Instagram account, rarely gives interviews, and prefers the company of trees and streams over red carpets or city lights. Little is known about his personal life. Fans have long speculated about whether he's married or has children, but Mark has always been tight-lipped, preferring to keep that part of his life sacred. What is known is that he continues to live in the mountains, just as he always has. When not filming or attending events for surveillance, he's likely fishing a cold creek, hunting wild game, or scouting new spots for a still. He has no interest in chasing fame, and perhaps that's what makes him so magnetic. He's not playing a character on Moonshiners. He is that character, and he was long before the cameras ever rolled. A legacy beyond the shinin, an age of short attention spans, and fleeting social media stardom, Mark Rogers offers something different: endurance. He's part of a dying breed, a man whose skills are passed down through bloodlines, not YouTube tutorials. He's a storyteller without a script, a distiller without a blueprint, and a man who lives on his own terms. For fans of Moonshiners, Mark is more than just a favorite. He's a symbol of resilience, of authenticity, of a way of life that, while fading, still burns bright in certain corners of Appalachia. Young viewers have written to him, thanking him for inspiring them to connect with their heritage. Veterans of the trade admire his integrity, and even skeptics of reality TV concede that there's nothing fake about Mark Rogers. "I ain't perfect," he once said, looking over a bubbling still, "but I know what good liquor is, and I know what a good life is, and that's enough for me." Conclusion: the fire keeps burning. Mark Rogers may never live in a mansion or appear in blockbuster films, but his legacy is secure in every drop of moonshine that trickles through the copper coils of his still. He's taught the world that craftsmanship, tradition, and